The Museum of Science and History is a favorite for so many families. Kids get to interact with exhibits, let their curiosity lead them, while parents have the satisfaction knowing all this playtime is actually educational. The newest traveling exhibit coming to MOSH is called Dinosaurs in Motion. Sharif Frink, the Director of Communications at MOSH, explains how this is not your average dino exhibit.
A lot of times if you see an exhibit about dinosaurs, it teaches you maybe one aspect of it, but this kind of gets you involved in, how the dinosaurs actually moved. You can kind of imagine it, but when you're actually physically there to see it and feel it for yourself, I think that gives you another level of interactivity with the exhibit.
When Sharif says feel it for yourself, he means it. You will love how hands-on the exhibit is.
Kids and families can interact with using levers and pulleys, kind of like almost like a puppeteering type of.
So they get to move the dinosaurs around.
The dinosaurs around. And so just imagine that, dinosaur mouths opening, closing. So there's going to be a lot of clanging and banging. And
it's just going to be really loud.
Right.
To celebrate Dinosaurs in Motion coming to MOSH, the museum is partnering with JTA, and you get to reap the benefits.
It's so exciting, there's only one real way to show you.
Anyone who has a purple card, they can ride, take the flyer straight to MOSH, and they can gain free admission to MOSH. So it'll be good, and that'll be throughout the summer as well.
It's easy to get to the museum with JTA. The First Coast Flyer Blue Line stops right in front of MOSH every 10 minutes during weekday peak hours. Or you can take the Skyway to the San Marcos station and walk across the street to the museum. Once the kids are in free with the JTA Purple Youth Pass, it's time to explore. Budding astronauts and stargazers will love the Space Science Gallery and the shows in the Brian Gooding Planetarium. Immerse yourself in my personal favorite exhibit, Currents of Time, a walk through history of Jacksonville and Northeast Florida. A piece of that exhibit was actually expanded to tell its whole story.
On the third floor, we have our other exhibit, which is called The Real Hollywood. So if you don't know, a lot of the early the film industry used to be here in Jacksonville. Studios such as Norman Studios are one of the early pioneers of the silent film industry. So that's where it began in the early 1900s. There's an interactive component to it. So you can actually put on like costumes and you can, act like you're acting out a scene.
I could go on for hours telling you how cool MOSH is, but it is way more fun if you come see for yourself.